So that's the structure that we have at the moment. Let's join up with Vatsal Bhuva. He's a technical analyst at LKP Securities. Good morning to you, Vatsal, and a very warm welcome. How are you watching sentiment on Dalal Street?
So first of all, very good morning, Shailendra ji. Now coming on to Nifty index. So Nifty index, Bank Nifty index, and broader market. So as of now, GIFT Nifty is indicating a 150 to 200 points gap down opening for Nifty index. However, from a technical standpoint, yesterday a rising wedge pattern was seen on the hourly chart. However, the time frame is very small, so targets are also small. And today, I think GIFT Nifty is indicating a gap down opening of 150 to 200 points. So Nifty will open below the rising wage level. So the targets were 23,900, 23,950 zone, and so I think we will get this target in today's session after a strong 5-day rally in Nifty index. But however, the broader sentiment is bullish. This would be indeed a buying opportunity. So if you are getting the level of 23,950, 23,900, this would be a buying opportunity, keeping a stop loss of 23,800. As the broader sentiment is bullish, if we see on the other data point like 3 days of FI buying, India VIX is at I think 3 months low. Crude is at 3 months low. So, Bank Nifty is the main factor. Bank Nifty, we can see strength in Bank Nifty index. Bank Nifty has given a symmetrical triangle pattern breakout, as well as Bank Nifty has reclaimed its 200s DMA at the level of 57,000. So overall, the viewpoint for Nifty is bullish because Bank Nifty is indicating strength. Bank Nifty is indicating resilience. So the overall viewpoint for Nifty is bullish because Bank Nifty is the index which had supported Nifty, and
Right,
because
sir.
of which.
What are the stocks that you are looking at on the long side, especially in Bank Nifty?
So for Bank Nifty stocks, I'm looking for long side. However, it doesn't have any great weightage on Bank Nifty. Is Yes Bank. So if I see Yes Bank, so we can clearly see that Yes Bank has had given I think falling a neckline breakout, and we can see a complex cup and handle pattern breakout on the daily chart. So I think the stock is ready for the major uptrend. So the my target is 29. However, there is a hurdle at 27 and the support is placed at 24. So Yes Bank is the stock one should have on their radar. So yeah, Yes Bank is one of the stock I am looking for right now.
Okay, fair point. Abha joins us. Good morning, Abha. Friday it is.
Morning, Shell. So, of course, Reliance AGM today. That's going to be a big one in focus, and we'll be watching out for that. I know you've been talking about the Nifty Bank as well, and I think a little bit of an eye that we could perhaps keep on IT because Accenture's overnight earnings were a miss, and we did see a fall in ADRs of Infi and Wipro. Infi down 10% in its ADR actually. So, and this is a trend we've been seeing lately. Shall we see a bit of a run up in IT on news, and then we see a reversal, but also in any negative news we also see a sharp sell off. So this morning perhaps keep an eye on IT, and on the charts that we also get a check in terms of Ashutosh, in terms of pardon me, in terms of Vatsal, in terms of like where you feel we are when it comes to the IT index, and would you even buy at lower levels, or would you just stay away for now?
See, I will stay away from IT index because on the weekly chart we have seen that IT has given a complex head and shoulder pattern breakdown, and after breakdown the index is still making lower highs. On the monthly chart we can see index is trying to stabilize form base at its 100 SMA on monthly chart. But overall the viewpoint for IT is bearish. I think we may see further 2000 to 2200 points downside in IT index, and I think there is no urgency for reversal or reversal or even recovery seen in IT index. So I will stay away from IT index at current levels also.
I mean, I've
Okay,
never heard of
let's look
a.
at the stocks that are showing signs of breakout. Continue, Abha.
No, no, I was just saying, I can't remember the last time a CEO change led to such a dramatic bout of buying on a stock, 17%. And we all know Bata has been struggling a little bit to reinvent itself and to kind of come back and, resume some kind of strength in the market. But this morning, I'm just looking at the kind of gains that we've seen, and I'm trying to also, this is the ex-Nike CEO that they brought on board, and that they're hoping, I guess, will have some kind of phenomenal turnaround impact on the stock.
This is for me.
Yes. I'm just looking up, Shell, who this
Abha,
is.
Bata needs a surgery.
That's what. Can the CEO fix
You know,
that? I mean,
it's been a. I really don't know whether the CEO can fix that or not, but for long-term shareholders, this Canadian MNC has been nothing but a disappointment. The management that has been asked to leave actually in a bull market has cratered the stock. 5 years CAGR is a negative 13%. Abha, none of us have stopped wearing shoes, right? All of us wear them. Bata has such a wonderful network of many of these shops are self-owned, right? The ones that we see in almost all tier 4, tier 3, tier 2, tier 1 countries, towns and cities. And yet you have a situation where there is stagnation of revenue, profit is down, and there is little that they can show in terms of shareholder happiness. So a change is expected. This stock was 2200 rupees in 2021, and this is what we see now. So a lot of catch up to be done, Abha.
okay, and I think you were going to talk about some of the charts catching your eye, Shell, and then we can get Vatsal in on some of those. Shell, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I missed the question. Your voice is very low.
I was saying you were going to tell us about a few of the stocks on your charts. Take it away, and then maybe we can get Vatsal in on some of those names. Yes.
Yes, I'd like Vatsal to start with Schneider Electric. Abha, there has been a very strong report from Ambit Brokerage on an upgrade, although the price target is nothing to talk about, but Schneider has been one of the key architects of this data center boom that is likely to be coming in the medium term. Maybe Vatsal can tell us what the charts are saying.
Vatsal, Schneider Electric, just making sure you're not on mute.
No, actually I'm not on mute. I'm
Okay.
trying to get Schneider Electric on my charts.
Okay. I mean, look at that, almost 1000% in 5 years. That's phenomenal. That's just, I mean, that's an insane move. 1,301 stock price, which is not too bad. I mean, for that kind of return, I mean, we're looking at 200% year on year. That's just phenomenal. And the spike seems to be coming in towards the last 2 years particularly, and the last year also, while a little choppy, has definitely shown growth, 78% in the last year.
Okay. So now coming on to the chart of Schneider Electric. So we can see that the stock was in corrective phase after making the high of 1419. And yesterday stock has given closing above its 20 DMA as well as reclaimed its 23% Fibonacci retracement level after forming a base at 38.2% level. So overall, one positive thing I can notice here is that we can see a hidden bullish divergence formation in this particular stock. However, today's move or today's follow-up move will be very crucial. So the viewpoint for the stock is bullish. One can initiate a long position, and once stock surpasses 1420, that is the high. I think we will see another leg of buying in this stock, and this may take stock towards the level of the extension level of 1700. So overall viewpoint is bullish. 1220 is the support zone for the stock. However, the stock is very volatile, so supports are coming a bit down. So 2020 should be this should be viewed as a support zone, and on the higher side, 1420 targets are expected. So viewpoint is bullish, and these are the support and resistance zone for the stock.
All right. So that is on Schneider Electric in particular. Shell, what were some of the other stocks that you were looking at today?
Abha, I was focusing on the chemical space. Maybe Vatsal can share his recommendations on Naveen Fluorine, maybe SRF, maybe Pheniotex Chemicals.
See, first of all, talking about Nifty Chemical Index, so here we can see some positive development. As we can see, inverse head and shoulder. The stock is on the index is on the verge of giving the breakout of inverse head and shoulder bullish pattern. So overall for Nifty Chemical, Nifty Chemical Index, the viewpoint is bullish. The index is sustaining above its 20 days and 50 days moving average, as well as RSI has entered into a bullish crossover. So overall, the viewpoint for Nifty Chemical Index is bullish. Now coming on to Navin Fluorine. So with rising trend line and stock sustaining above its 20 days moving average, I think the broader uptrend is still intact, but I think we will see momentum picking up once the stock gives closing above the level of 7500. After 7500, we will see momentum picking up and stock heading towards the level of 8200. Right now, stock is consolidating in a range of 7,000 and 7,300. However, stock is sustaining, forming base at 20 days moving average. So the viewpoint for the stock is bullish. So you can enter a long position at current market price with the stop loss of 6,900. This is the positional view. And once the stock surpasses 7,500 on the upside, we will see 8,500 targets in this particular stock, Navin Fluorine. Second is SRF.
Okay, that's the view coming in on some of those chemical names. What about auto, Vatsal? What's standing out of the auto pack? I know that we're watching out for whether or not they'll get hit, going forward. But right now, like, where do you feel there's, money to be made within auto ancillaries, even tires?
So I think if I talk about auto index, so we can clearly see that auto index is currently in clearly a sideways trend, and the index is trading between horizontal support and horizontal resistance, or I would say in a box pattern. So overall, I am having a neutral viewpoint on auto sector, but two stocks that uh, one should have focus on is first is Olectra. So in Olectra, we can see a rounding base formation with expansion of volume. So relative strength is clearly visible in Olectra. And the second stock is iShare Motors. So here also relative strength is visible. iShare Motor here in previous sessions, iShare Motors had tried to break its rectangle pattern breakout, but however failed. But stock is sustaining above its key moving average. So viewpoint for the stock is bullish. I think stock will bounce back to the level of 8,000. So viewpoint for the stock is bullish. There is a strong support place at 7,400.
That's how it is, ladies and gentlemen. 8:50. Let's just speak to Vatsal on the strength that we are observing in cable makers such as Polycab, now headed for 5 digits, as also RR Kabel should be around 2,200 rupees. Both of them are at record highs. Vatsal, what are the charts telling you for Polycab and RR Kabel?
See, first of all, this overall space cable industries have shown an insane strength. We can currently also see that the At current levels also, you take Polycab, KEI Industry, RR Cable. These stocks are showing insane strength, and we can clearly see a good uptrend, and RSI is clearly indicating a good momentum in this overall space. However, if we talk about Polycab yesterday has given a closing above its swing high. So overall viewpoint for Polycab is bullish. Downside, the support is placed at 9,500 level. Now this is the immediate support level for the stock. Positional support is placed at 9,000 levels, and I think we may see the target of 11,000 and 11,500. And the momentum is very struck in Polycab. And the second stock is RR Cable.
Yes, go ahead, Vatsal.
Yeah. So same goes for RR cable. On RR cable chart, we can clearly see a rounding pattern, breakout, and after breakout, a rally kind of structure is seen in this particular stock. So overall viewpoint for the stock is bullish. We can see the stock is uh, following a rising trend line, a pattern, and upwards consolidation is seen in the stock. Yesterday, stock has given closing about its consolidation range resistance. So overall viewpoint for the stock is bullish, and I think this momentum will continue because as of now there are no indication of profit booking or any correction in this particular stock. So the viewpoint for the stock is bullish. However, I think for any long position, one should wait for a dip towards the level of 2200 levels and keeping a stop loss of 2100 for targeting of 2400 and 2500.
All right. You know, what about textiles? I know they've been beaten down, but with all these FTA agreements coming in, something like a Welspun, for instance, you know, how are some of the picks over there looking to you, Vatsal?
So if we talk about textile industries, yesterday, if we particularly talk about Welspun industry, yesterday a sideways pattern breakout was a box pattern breakout, or you can say a rectangle pattern breakout was seen in Welspun industries. But however, we need to wait for a follow-up session for the confirmation of this breakout. So overall, the viewpoint is bullish. But if you want to enter a long position considering this breakout, then I think you should wait for a dip towards the level of 155, 158. Now this would be a perfect buy zone, keeping a stop loss of 148 on downside, and for the upside target of the swing high on weekly chart, that is 178. So overall, for overall textile space, the viewpoint is bullish. Let it be Welspun India, KPR Mills. So the viewpoint is bullish. If we talk about particularly Welspun India, then I think we need a follow-up confirmation.
Okay.
But
We have 8:52, ladies and gentlemen, 8 minutes to pre-open. There is likely a downtick on the early morning opening simply because now news is out and this is profit booking happening once news has already happened. So 150 point downtick is what the gift nifty is telling us. Let's hope that 24,000 holds on the nifty and then we consolidate from then on. Vatsal, any view that you may want to share on the strongest stock that you have within the nifty, and finally a view on Reliance?
so the currently the strongest stock I am seeing in Nifty is Trent. So Trent is the stock which is I am seeing is having the strongest chart structure, as we can clearly see that kind of inverse head and shoulder pattern breakout, as well as the stock has given a falling channel breakout on the daily chart, as well as we have also seen a follow buying session in this particular stock. So the viewpoint for Trent is bullish. Now I think Trent has moved from a recovery to reversal stage. So overall viewpoint for the Trent is bullish. However, if anybody is taking any long trade on this particular setup, then he needs to place its stop loss at 3000 levels, and the upside targets are 3600 in mid to short to mid term.
8:54, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go through the market setup again. We have a downtick on the GIFT Nifty. Let's again check what the GIFT Nifty is telling us. You have a fairly sharp, not exactly a sharp downtick, but a fairly okayish kind of a downtick that's expected on the Nifty. However, 24,000 should hold. 23,900, 23,950 is a very strong support as far as the Nifty is concerned. And of course, you have strength that is coming into a lot of banking counters. 220 points lower on the GIFT Nifty futures. Let's see how it goes. Let's again get back to Vatsal and speak about stocks such as DLF and Prestige. As I was pointing out, Nifty Core Housing is a setup of maybe 30 stocks which have real estate companies, which have cable makers, housing finance companies. That index is showing signs of strength, and let's look at what DLF is telling us on the charts. Vatsal, a view on DLF?
So if you talk about DLF, so in previous sessions, DLF has given a falling trend line breakout on daily chart. The index has reclaimed its 100 days moving average. So currently, after a prolonged downtrend, the stock is in recovery stage. And once 670 is taken out, I think recovery to this will be a transition from recovery to reversal phase. So 670, where currently 200 DMA of the stock is placed is very crucial. So currently for short term the viewpoint is bullish, but I will be watchful for 670 levels. So the support is placed at 650 and the resistance is placed at 660 levels. So for very short term I am expecting stock to revert towards its 200 days mean, that is placed at 660 and 670 zone. After 670 zone, I think this is a trend changing zone and we may see reversal in this particular stock.
Okay. What you see on DLF is the highest since 12th of February, and this is just a shade below its 200-day moving average. Let's see whether it is able to negotiate it or not. But very strong volumes in the last 5 or 7 trading sessions. DLF was at 556 on 12th of June and is now at almost 632. Yesterday, about 98 lakh shares were traded, which is at least it's at least a 20-day highest bar in terms of volume. So that's the structure of the market. Let's look at other stocks. Adani Ports. Vatsal, what is Adani Ports telling you? Ladies and gentlemen, keep an eye out on the Nifty Infra and Logistics space. This index itself is showing signs of a breakout. 100 companies are a part of this sector and many of them are in strength. Vatsal, Adani Ports.
If we talk about Adani Port chart, so after a strong run up, currently stock is consolidating at higher levels in a narrow range. So overall viewpoint for the stock is bullish because stock is sustaining above its 20 days moving average. However, a narrow range consolidation is seen in the stock. And Bollinger Band squeeze indicates we will see a sharp move either upside or downside, I don't know. But we will see a sharp moves, expected sharp moves towards higher levels because currently as per the chart formation, I can see the stock is in reaccumulation phase. So yeah, the viewpoint for the stock is bullish as long as 1780, as long as stock is holding about 1780 levels. I think 2000 target will be seen in this stock if stock breaks out the level of 1855 on upside. So this is the breakout level for stock. Yesterday stock closed at 1842. So if 1855 is taken out on closing basis,
okay, ladies and gentlemen, now you need to tighten your seat belts. We are just a moment away from pre-open, a gap down. Let us see what the Nifty opens at. 24,168 was yesterday's close. A 200-point downtick will take you somewhere like 23,950, which is a very strong support when it comes to put writing. So put writers should help the Nifty shore up 24,000 rupees. We are also looking at the Reliance AGM later in the evening. Let us see how it pans out. That's a major development that is likely to happen. More importantly, crude oil prices are down and they should help local sentiment. Let's look at what the opening tick is. Down 150, down 200. We'll wait for it to settle. Let's look at what's happening in the Nifty space in terms of gainers and losers. Let me just check this out here. The software seems to be malfunctioning. Just a moment, please. The most active counters, you have HFCL 5% higher, something that I've pointed out. Adani Power 1.2% higher. IFCI rallying up 1.8% higher. And of course, you have stocks that are in gains, which is Amber Electronics, Amber Enterprises 10% higher. There is a report that has come into Amber Enterprises. Let me just raise that out for you. It is on its tie-up with CLSA has maintained an outperform rating on Amber Enterprises with a price target of 8,100 rupees. We'll go on that a little later. Stock is already much above that. Sun TV Network 2.8% higher. Kirloskar Oil and Engines 2.8% higher. Bajaj Auto in strength. We'll again go deeply into F&O. Okay. LIC Housing Finance. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to watch this stock for two reasons. My apologies, it's LIC of India. With the signing up of the DRHP for NSE, LIC Finance is the largest shareholder of NSE, and it is not selling a single share. But the imputed value of its 10% stake in NSE is now getting reflected on the stock price. Please keep an eye out on NIACL, on SBI, and of course Bank of Baroda. These are the other three listed entities that are selling a part of their holding in the NSE and therefore are in momentum. Reliance ahead of its AGM 0.9% higher. You have strength in Tata Motors, and of course let's look at how things are moving in the auto ancillary space. Exide Industries 1.6% higher. A quick break, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back shortly, but a 150 point downtick on the Nifty to begin with. We hope that 24,000 will be held by bulls for Friday. Thank you for watching. I'll be back shortly.